Hi, this is Reverend Paul Slackus. I'm speaking to Casey Santiago. Hi, Casey. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
Okay, good. Social media for social good. And we're going to talk about mothers and women and worldwide 800 women. This is not the good news. 800 women die each day from pregnancy and childbirth, and a total of 250,000 women die, and 4 million are disabled each year on the way to becoming a mom. Okay, so this is going to be a Mother's Day story, an important Mother's Day story, and Casey is the founder of Kangu. Do I say that correctly?
Yep, Kangu.
Okay, there's a website called Kangu.org, and you're going to tell us something about how crowdfunding can help and the importance of the kind of work that you all are doing. And thank you very, 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 very much for doing what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, so tell us about the organization.
Sure. So the organization, as you said, is called Kangu. It's a nonprofit organization, and the name is actually meant to evoke a kangaroo, so an animal whose mom carries the young, in the pouch, sort of warm and protected. And for us, it really evokes this feeling of holding your baby close to you, and that deep feeling that parents everywhere have of gratitude that both you and your baby are safe. And that's really what Kangu is trying to spread around the world. So we're a crowdfunding website for safe births, and we aim to reduce the number of women who die in childbirth around the world.
Okay, so very important work. Thank you for doing it. Now, when you say crowdfunding website, what do you mean by that?
Sure. So crowdfunding is a newer technology that basically enables many people to come together online on a website to pool their money and to fund something that they all believe in. It can be a business, a project, a cause, or in the case of Kangu, a specific person overseas. And basically the power of crowdfunding is its cumulative impact. So you can contribute a small amount of money, $10, $20, and people all over the country are doing the same thing. So together, we all become part of something that's greater than any one person could have afforded and could have affected. And crowdfunding has raised in the last 2 years alone nearly $3 billion. So it's really shown to be a tremendous force for good.
Okay, beautiful. And so, but you say you are a crowdfunding website. So people
That's
go
right.
to your website and donate money, and is it for others? Are you a charity yourself, your organization?
Yep. So we're a nonprofit, and what people do is they can come to our website, and it's kangu.org, Kangu.org. And on our website, you can search profiles, so pictures of specific women in developing countries, women in India, in Nepal, in Uganda, who are pregnant and who can't afford the $200 that it costs for them to have health care services that they need to have safe births. So you come to our website, you look around, you look at pictures, you see if anyone particularly calls to you, and then what you can do is you can contribute as little as $10 to that woman getting access to safe birth services. And where the crowdfunding part comes in is, you fund a woman $10, and then other people are doing the same thing, and that's really where you get the power of this crowd or the power of our collective action to help folks overseas.
Okay, and you serve as the administrator. You serve as the organization that gets the money here to Sanjita in Nepal, our other well-needed mothers worldwide. And
Yep.
then how does that part work?
Yep, that's exactly right. So after folks come to our website and make a donation on our website, what we do is we've partnered with healthcare organizations around the world. So really amazing hospitals and clinics who are operating in some of the most resource-constrained places in the world. We've found them, vetted and approved them, and basically what we do is that we aggregate the funds raised and we send them directly to the hospitals, and those hospitals then provide care to the women in need, and they also provide us updates on the care that they've provided. So you really, can see and hear about the impact that you've made.
And you hear that via the website?
Yep, so we get updates from the hospitals and the clinics. We post them on the website, and then we'll also email the specific people who funded a woman, just to let them know that, she's coming for a visit, everything is going great, or she had a baby, here's a picture of her with her baby. So we're really sort of the go-between between, folks here who want to have an impact, and then the hospitals and the women in need overseas.
Tell me, Casey, how do you, unfortunately, there's many women in need. How do you select which women you want to, help?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it certainly is a huge problem. So what our partners do is, they identify women in the communities that they work in, and all of the women on the site are living on less than $2 a day. So that's sort of a criteria and a parameter. And so that's $2 a day to feed, clothe, shelter your family, in addition to medical expenses and the other expenses. So these are really, the poorest folks in the world. And so they are identified, or they may come into the hospital, and they're put on the website. We certainly can't reach everybody that we want to, but we sure are trying.
Now, when there's at least 1 billion or more
That's right.
Women living on that, or maybe even less, and that have children and so on and so forth. So it's a very, very concerning situation. And so you personally are taking a stand. And you have a strong background in nonprofits, and have worked with some of the well-known organizations, Doctors Without Borders, Grauman Foundation, and microfinancing, and so on and so forth. So to start your own organization, what has been your inspiration?
My inspiration has to be, honestly, my kids and becoming a mother myself. So I was, certainly informed and very passionate about these issues. And I also saw the power of the Internet to bring people together, in pursuit of a common cause. But it wasn't until I became a mom myself, and I went through the experience of being pregnant. I had a healthy birth, healthy babies, and I was just so deeply grateful for all the care that I received. And, the statistics, which I was certainly familiar with before, became very, very personal. And I really just couldn't shake, the idea that had I been born somewhere else in the world, I could have had as much as a 1 in 10 chance of not surviving my pregnancies. It was just completely unbearable for me to think about that after having gone through the experience. And I know so many other people around the world feel the same way. And so for me, Kangu was really an opportunity to make a concrete impact on specific people, specific women, who I could relate to, who I knew had been or going through the same experience that I had, and really make an impact on their life. And then even further, to help others be able to do the same thing with their donations. So it was really, out of gratitude, and also just a real strong belief in all of our compassion. And, we hear a lot on the news about bad things, but, when it comes down to it, the good things certainly outweigh those. And this is just really an opportunity to manifest that and to practice it on a daily basis.
Well, good news. Very honored to share your organization, Kangu. And I hope you become larger than Google and Facebook and Twitter and Yahoo all combined. And
Thanks.
so, because that's really, really good news. So last question for you, Casey, is what is good news for you?
What is good news for me?
In any aspect.
That's a great question. Good news for me is a person hearing the voice inside them and listening to it and acting towards others based on the goodness in their own heart.
I love it. Okay, Casey, thank you very much, and continued success. Please let us know how you're doing. Our broadcast is open for you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.